Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. Most importantly, Tone and no Marto.
No
Tone,
matter, yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Yep, battling away.
episode 45 AC. We're nearly up to the big 50. Now, do you think we should celebrate at 50?
Oh, yeah, we should do something, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I reckon we should. And I was thinking about it. And what I was thinking is we will celebrate the 50 bets a day that Marto puts on for our 50th.
Yeah, well, I was thinking maybe he can put his on the buses uniform on as well because he's the conductor.
Where is
He's the
he?
ticket.
We are missing him. But he fell off a wagon on the weekend because only his Kickstarter got up at episode 44, North of England. And I guess if you tip something enough times, eventually you'll get it right.
That was a nice price too, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was. So kudos to Marto, but it was all about me. Let's just talk about me because my Kickstarter originally gets scratched. So I find another one. I found it at about $2.20. It started at Marto price at about $1.75. It won. And then, of course, as always, I don't tell lies. The compelling truth was that it was all about me. And it got a little bit of blows as well. So it won towards the end up at Eagle Farm. So that was then. This is now. We won't worry about that because history hopefully can repeat itself. We've all had our ups and downs, and Marto's had his up.
And he might be on that. He might be coming down.
Could be, could be. But he sent through all his information. It'll be interesting to see. We'll go through it all, but it's a great race card in New South Wales. It looks magnificent. I know we're going to Bendigo. You love provisional racing in Victoria, and we've got two really, really nice race cards in South Australia and in Doomben. So there should be plenty of racing all around. No tariffs. We're not putting any
No
tariffs
tariffs.
on our punting as well. That's another conversation, mind you. Now, we're going to go really early. And I think what we might do is I might just get the phone out and just read what Marto says. Well, because we'll start with Marto's Kickstarter. All right. Now, what price do you think it'll be, Tone? We're talking this is Marto.
Oh, we might be lucky to hit 185 or 190.
Well, when he tipped it, and when I looked at it, it was $2.30, and it's a Bendigo Race 2, number 3. Kiliana. And Marto says, looked, the winner last start went out of gas late, back to 1100 suits after a 4-length win over 1,000 on debut. I feel this is also a field lacking in strength compared with the last race and comes here after a big jump out win last week. Marto has found the shortest price horse in the first 2 races, and it's his Kickstarter. I hope it's better than Marto's moral that he gave us on Wednesday.
Oh, that was a shocker.
So,
Mind you, who was on that? Blake Shen.
yeah, he rides well.
He is one of the worst jockeys. I won't back him. But in saying that, and this is for Marto's benefit, today he rode 2 winners, a second and a third. So maybe he's coming back. But like Marto said, he's been off the boil for about a month. But also, while I'm on that, before the races were abandoned at Gosford, that other criminal who should be in bloody jail, Zach Lloyd, rode the first 2 winners, but he had to survive a protest in the second one. I don't know how close it was.
Did he survive the protest? He did.
He did. Yeah, he rode the first 2 winners, and then they abandoned the meeting.
Well, I mean, I know I bagged Marto in his tip here with his Kickstarter, but I'm going to be brutally honest. I had picked out 2, and it was one of them, and I was just waiting for Marto to send through his first because I tried to think like Marto, and I got it right. But I think he's on a winner there. To be honest, I think he's right. It probably does win. So good luck, Marto. Whether it's $2.30,
let's hope it wins.
I think it should just win. Tone, I'm going to leave you next to last
Oh,
because you've gone back outside the realms of what we do with Kickstarters because yours is like the Kickstarter when it goes boop 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 boom. You know when you're trying to get a car going and it just get a boop 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 boop. Boop. Yours is the boop 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 boom when it goes. Yours is race mine. I've got it here, and I am betting at Rose Hill. Oh, sorry,
fantastic.
Randwick. And at Randwick, I've got it here. I've written it down, and I want to remember, but it's called Polish Playgirl. It's race 1, number 2. Now,
Race 1.
yeah, race 1 at Randwick, number 2. Now, there's a favourite in this, and it's number 1, and I think it's $2.35 thereabouts. I don't know what the name of it is, but this is a Hawks Schiller combination. This horse, Polish Playgirl, came down from Sydney and raced in Melbourne behind Mardo's winning tip and winning Kickstarter previously in Prestige Olay. Now, I think that was at Sandown. It was held up. It now steps up to 1,600 metres. I think it's good value in a 7-horse field.
There we go.
Second favourite, $5. My word, all it needs is a little bit of clear running, and it should get it in a 7-horse race. 1,600, the extra 200 will suit. Big chance. Polish Playgirl, not Polish Laygirl. Polish Playgirl.
Well, that sounds very promising, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that was the one I had. I mean, it is originally Sydney trained as well. So, it's raced in Sydney, came down, had a donut in Sydney, came down, ran third, really close, and it's going back to Sydney. So I think Hawks might have it right here. Tone, where are you going? Give us your race.
Well,
look at the race.
Okay, I've gone back to Adelaide. I'm staying at Morfettville, and I've got a race 3 for a change, just for a change.
That's right.
Race 3,
yes.
Number 11. I'm not going the favourite either.
No, you're not.
I've got one of my little darlings on there, one of these jockesses who do try in Kayla, is it? Kayla Crowther?
Kayla.
She's on it. Last start it was favourite, got knocked off. It has placed 4 times this time in from 4 times out of the 6. So it had 6 runs in.
Yeah.
And it has been placed at metro level. So it's among the chances in a tough race. But I just think for a bit of value, like, I think it's around about 650. Oh, yeah, hang on. It's around $5 now. I think it's come in a bit.
It has come in. It's $5. But Tone, I mean, because I like to have a look at Adelaide, I don't think you could have found a harder race.
That's what I tend to do.
I'm serious. I looked at it because I can honestly say I'm gonna reel off some names of horses that the wheel has spun and that I've backed. All right.
Right.
And Volcanic Express, $4 favourite. Deep Float Diva, first up, $5 favourite. Wackenjaya, it's Stokes, it's first up again. Eroica, that's just 4 plus declared, because I've also tipped declared before. This is like a house of horrors for me. I think you could run this race 5 times and potentially get 5 different winners based on who gets the better run. Kayla does know declared, so hopefully she knows it well enough to get a good run and it will sort of push forward. So why not? It's an open race. Don't be surprised if it's like $6 to field the favourite.
Well, that's it. My form recently hasn't, it's been spinning me wheels. Look, last week, the Kickstarter, the Spastic missed the bloody start, right? Hang on. No. It was a fair run, but just was in traffic everywhere. And then the TT Suzudo, whatever it was, that was horrendous. Yeah. That missed the start completely and game over. You can't win a sprint when you miss the start by a length and a half, 2 lengths, whatever.
Unless your name's Chautauqua.
Well, that's it. Yes. As the great man used to say that, didn't he? He
Yeah.
did used to say that. Pezzy used to say that. So anyway, I've gone for something that's not favourite. Yeah, like you said, it's a really hard race. I've got confidence in Kayla Crawford to get the job done, so I hope she can.
Look,
Yeah.
I've noticed a common theme with you, and you can correct me if I'm, and it's not about race 3, but you've put yourself out of Queensland racing. They're all criminals there. You're never going back there, and that's okay. You used to bet in Sydney. You used to bet,
Yes.
and all of a sudden you've just, it's like you're on, I don't know, you're doing a tour of Australia and you just landed in Australia. So you're going to the Barossa Valley, you're going to the Limestone Coast. Oh, I might head over to Kangaroo Island. It's like you're there on holidays. And every week, I think for the last 3 or 4 weeks, Tone, you've literally either had a Kickstarter or a main bet in South Australia. Is there a reason? I mean, have you fallen in love with the are you part of the gather around?
I
Is
was
that
going to say I've joined the gather round this week. Like I'm gathering. But yeah, no. Well, as you know, Queensland's rigged for me, and I'm not real happy with the jockeys in Melbourne and Sydney recently. So yeah, they can't be trusted. So I've moved across to South Australia for a bit of a holiday and see if I can pick up some winners there.
it's something that I have really noticed. Now, they're our Kickstarters. I know Marto's got his best bet, and I'll go through that in a minute because he's gone back to the well, and I think this is probably the third, maybe fourth time he's tipped this horse. And he's probably struck with it twice. I think it's 2 out of 3 he struck with it. Um, but you watched the football tonight, Tone. How did you find it?
Well, I think what's name they opened their lunchbox before the bell. The Crows put in
Yep.
a fork in them. They're done. They've got more skid marks in their undies than a bloody than a regulation quarter mile drag strip's got bloody rubber on it. They're done. Geelong played really well, I must say. Yeah.
It was very interesting. Do you like the gather round idea?
Oh well, does it's probably a good thing in a way, I suppose. I mean, everybody's playing there, so there's no advantage as such on most of the grounds, is there? Like,
The
I
only
mean, Adelaide had home advantage and they got rolled. So, like,
It's a 5-day weekend. I know Jason Barnes will be extremely excited, extremely happy. So good on him. Enjoy the win, Jason. It was.
yes.
They seem to be. I don't know. They're up and about the cats, and even when they don't look good, they can then look good if that makes sense. So I'm glad they're not a racehorse.
Oh, there be
I'm really,
absolutely.
because I would struggle to get on them, and to catch them. But well done. Good luck to them. Now, with that said, there's some huge racing in Sydney, and I'll just go through a few before we get the main bets and go to these races. But in Sydney, we've got the Oaks, we've got a Cup,
Yes.
we've got a Queen Elizabeth Stakes, we've got a Queen of the Turf, and we've got the last race, which is a Sapphire Stakes, but not too much. So realistically, that's 4 huge races. Plus at Bendigo, you've got a Guineas and a Bracelet plus a mile. And the 2 races, the 2 9-card races in Morphettville and of course Doomben. Plenty to go around. Daylight savings is over in Melbourne as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Farmers are happy in Queensland. So too are the farmers in Victoria. And Mardo, super happy because I guess when he gets up or when he gets home, he doesn't have to turn his nightlight on to do his form because he does do form 24 hours a day.
Oh yeah, even if might be AFL, NRL, or could be the EPL. Like he's got something on the go.
Oh, look, I kid you not, I'm sure that Marto showers, and when we're putting shampoo and singing our songs in the shower, Marto's mimicking the race finishes. He's actually calling a race in his mind. He's being Brian Martin in the shower. Chris Martin is Brian Martin in the shower now. What's he gone to for his main bet? Let's have a look. I think he's stuck to Bendigo, believe it or not. And Marto's best is race 7, number 13, everyone. Write it down. Race 7, number 13. If you want a big price, you're not going to get it because it's $3 at the moment. So you get on the Marto Poison Double, it's about $6.90. So race 7, number 13 is Lottie's. Let down with purpose to win.
Ah,
Last start, he says. Rise in trip and grade, but a win last start was very classy. Beg Stable is white hot right now, and this girl has some blistering, fast late splits. Child Sticks, expect a similar run to last start. Good luck getting her beat. Marto sounds confident, doesn't he?
he does. He does.
What do you think? Do you think it's in your numbers, Tone? Because Marto can't tell us.
Well, it's out of Marto's stable, so I think it could be up there. It could be up there. It's one of his stable runners, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think he's tipped it before, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I think he's tipped it either 3 or 4 times, and admittedly, he has gotten it beaten, but I'm sure he's had it won as well. So I think he tipped it last start when it won. But it's never a big price, this horse. That's the only thing that worries
It's
me.
always short.
Yeah, so I think it could be a bit of a cash cow. Needless to say, it can win. Yourself, where are you going with your best?
I've actually gone somewhere very different this time. I've gone to Morfettville.
Again.
Yes, and this will probably you're going to keep scratching your head when I tell you what race it's in. Race 8, number 7, Curry. Jump on, 12 skins. You can get on. Absolutely, money's in the bank. I think you'll have to check. My phone's nearly out of battery. Sorry. I think Kayla Crowther's on this as well, from memory.
No, she's not. There's a non-criminal that you like, Stackhouse.
Oh, sorry, that's right. He's gone up there. Yeah, across there, I should say.
So
yeah,
he's not in
another one of those honest jockeys who will have a crack, Stacky. So yeah, I think Stacky might be able to get this home, or it'll be right up there amongst the place. Yes, it is a very competitive race. I'm well aware of that, but I'm quite happy to have a crack with Stacky on board. Is it in your numbers, Taz? Is it in Marto's numbers?
I'll be honest with you. I had a look at the race, but because there are that many horses in this race, I just stopped looking. Seriously, you couldn't have. I mean, you went with your Kickstarter in one of the hardest races in South Australia, and then you went with your titanium tip in one of the biggest field races I've ever seen in South Australian racing. Seriously, I don't know if there's 33 horses in this race. There's not that many, but geez, I tell you what, there's about 20, and I'm sure that we get scratchings and stuff. But goodness gracious me, could you have done it any harder? Curry, eh? Lovely name.
I've gone for the X Factor system. I back a favourite. They back the arse off it, and it doesn't even come out of the barriers or misses the start.
Yep.
I'll back something rough and it'll run last, and I'll back something at a medium price, and like it gets knocked off or gets caught up in traffic. So that's that's what I like. I've gone my system.
Yeah, no, that's good. There's nothing.
Tweak the system.
As I said,
hopefully I've tweaked it the right way.
I'm not poisoning you. I know this horse is second up, and that's all I know. Other than the fact that, as I said, there's I think 20 listed runners, which I was really surprised. So too hard. I mean, too hard to go through them all. Definitely not in any of my numbers is this race. And I think if the wheel comes out and has a spin, it won't be spinning in this race. I can assure you of that. Myself, well, I think my last 2 winners have both been up in the criminal state of Queensland, in Hermanita and, of course, Compelling Truth. So I've got one that perfectly suits the way I've been going and would perfectly suit the way you're thinking, because it's at Doomben Race 8, number 2, Ready for Anything.
Oh, look, that's a moral. Get
It,
on.
it
I'm going to get
sounds
on yesterday.
sounds like a winner, doesn't it? You could be ready for anything up there in Queensland.
Absolutely.
I did a little bit of some background checks on it. Andrew Mullion's on it. He knows the horse quite well. He has a great record at the track and at the distance. This was only beaten a length last start at the Gold Coast, admittedly over a similar distance. It does drop back in class. It was open class there. Yes, it goes up in weight a little bit, but I think it should get a nice run with plenty of cover because we've drawn the fence. And either we take gaps and get through, or we just sit with cover. There's one in this that's the favourite, and I think, what is it, $2.45. It's called Thank You, Henry. I reckon it's way, it is way unders, and I think it will lead, and it will lead and set this race up for us. Personally, Ready for Anything is my bet to go because $5.50 at the moment and $2 the place, if you want to bet each way, is better than taking $2.45 the win on the favourite, which will look the winner at some point. Ready for
Yeah,
anything?
that
Get the job done.
Thank You, Henry, did you say,
Yeah,
Taz?
yeah.
Didn't it get beat last start or the start before and it was favourite? Or am
Oh,
I thinking of something else?
look, look, it want to lead. It just likes to lead. I think its form's up and down. Um, it's just racing in similar class. I'm taking Ready for Anything because it's dropping in class, whereas this is meeting similar class.
All right, so it
Bit of a
hasn't got
weight
any upside to it.
disadvantage, but I just think, yeah, I think we're the better horse in the race, and hopefully it sets it up for us. That said, you know what? I'm ready for anything. Win, lose, or draw. So
It's a moral. I'm going to jump on now. It's definitely going to. Ready for anything into Hurry Curry, eh? Well, oh, there's a good double.
well, you could be ready for anything if you have a hurry curry. That's for sure. What was
Yeah.
Barnes again? What was his? What was his called? Zlotties. Well, there'd be pretty slotties coming out if we don't. But anyway, let's keep it PC, I guess. Tony, have you had a look at the major races? Because whilst we always give our big bets, our tips, our main ones, we always seem to unearth a little diamond in the rough. And I know last week or 2 weeks ago we talked about Private Harry, and last week I think I said on the show that I thought that Briasa was nearly my best bet, and it got the blows and it won like a good thing.
Yes,
We
it
always
did.
unearth little diamonds in the rough. So we're going to go through some of the bigger races in Sydney, and tell us what you think. So we'll start with the Oaks, which I think is race 6. I think it might be, or race 7. I'm
Yep,
not
race six.
race
Race
6.
six. Yep.
So race 6 there in Randwick and the Oaks. What do you like, or what do you think can beat the favourite? Because Treasure the Moment at $1.70. Gee whiz. I
Look, yeah. Well, it should just walk in, shouldn't it? It should just canter in. But for a bit of value, I would have a crack at Dubai Gold Rush. It's about 16-1, and it's got one of my favourite hoops on it in Mark Zara.
So what
It's a really tough race.
do you know what number it is? Because I want to write it down.
Number 3.
All
Number 3.
right. Okay. Because I looked at the race too, and I looked at again, Treasure the Moment should probably win at $1.70. But I looked at number 4, Verona Rose. But I think it's going to need to be swooping. If they're not swooping, if they're not coming from behind, this thing will stay behind. But Treasure the Moment, really,
Well, on paper, it just looks a good thing, doesn't it? Really.
it's just done everything right. The Cup, the Sydney Cup.
Well, yeah, I like one of Mardo's here. I don't know whether Mardo's tipped it. I don't know, but number 6, Zardozi.
He hasn't.
Karen McAvoy's on board. It's about 850. I do like Zardozi.
there should be a little bit of, if there's a bit of cut in the ground, it probably suits, but it's really, what is it? Step it up to 3,200, isn't it now? So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
been,
it's a soft 5. Well, at the moment,
yeah,
Marto would know more about the tracks than what I do, but at the moment, I think they're saying it's a soft 5, aren't they?
it's not fine. But let's have a look at the weather because Marto's not here. So let's have a look at the weather and see what they're predicting in New South Wales over the next few days, if it's going to be rain, hail, or shine. So, I mean, if Marto was here, he'd even tell us just like that. He'd tell us the track conditions, he'd tell us everything because we know how much Marto knows more than us. So here we go, Sydney, Friday, tomorrow, 27 degrees. Saturday, 40% chance of rain, 24. So I wouldn't be surprised if it stays between a 4 and a 6. So either a good 4,
Right.
5, or maybe a soft 6. Just depends how much it dries out and how much rain they get on the morning. So Zardozi is a good thing to look at. I myself,
Well, the only thing, Taz, might be the distance.
yeah, if it's ready for the
That's
30.
the only thing.
Look, I am going to go with a Waller horse myself, and I know he's got quite a few in there. He's got 5 of them, and I'm going for one of them at 20 to 1 as because the boil over. It is called River of Stars. It's an ex
River of Stars. Oh, yes, I can see it. Yeah,
It's an
yes.
French horse. It's had 16 starts and it's been in the money 12 of 16. Second up, its record is really good. Tyler Schiller again. So maybe I'm a Tyler Schiller man, but um, you know, first up, it wasn't that bad. It was first up 2,400, steps up to 3,200, and some of these overseas stays, that's what they
Oh,
do. But geez, it's a
they
hard race.
go forever today.
It's a super hard race, this one. I reckon you could box all 5 of Waller's runners and still miss.
And still miss the winner.
Yeah, super, super, super hard. Mato also has another one in this. Alicant's the favourite. So he's tipped it the last couple of times when it's won as well. So
That's pretty,
maybe
yes.
so Mato might be on it because it's favourite $2.35. Mato does love the favourites, doesn't he?
He does. He's a favourite punter.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's true, but it's not often that you'll see Mato throw something out that's 15 to 1.
True. Yep. But
Uh,
I mean, his record on the favourites or shorties kind of horse is pretty good, isn't it?
yeah, look, it is. Credit where
To
it's
be fair.
well done, Mato. Well done on, providing some bread and butter, or actually providing butter for our bread, because that's as far as those favourites spread. Just a little bit, that much. There's not much more, but yeah, why not? Good luck. I'm sure Marta will be watching this show tonight and thinking, how much love are they going to give me, and how much are they going to backstab me?
I've got another one in here,
Go
Taz.
on. Yeah, talk to us.
What look, once again, I don't know about the distance, but what do you think? It's got the criminal on board, which I wouldn't back it. Is Birdman?
Yeah, that's Waller. That's probably his shortest price one. I don't think it's a chance too. That's I've written it here. So the 5 Waller horses that I all think, I mean, Birdman I think's got a great chance. Valiant King really finished off its race well last time. I don't know who it was on PALTI. I can't go off memory that said they said to watch this Strathtay. And it's in. So someone had put it in on the bet thread, I think last week or the week before. And then he's got another
Ah,
horse in as well, a Zarir or something, Zarir. So yeah, I think Birdman's about $9. Am I right?
yeah. I think it's a bit short in this race, really, don't you? For what's in it, I think it should be.
The lottery,
I think it's
Tony.
a bit short.
I think it's a lottery. I mean, it is a
Yeah.
lot. But
Oh, absolutely.
but with Sydney racing, the way I see it, though, you got Treasure the Moment of dollars. I'm confident the Mato will have this multi on 100% confident. You'll have Treasure the Moment into now where we're coming in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes, Via Sistina.
Oh, absolutely, that's one of his favourites. Yep.
Okay, so he'll have $1.70 into $1.85, and I reckon he'll probably go into Queen of the Turf Fangirl $1.95.
Right.
That's Mardo sort of punting, isn't it?
That's Marto. Yeah, he likes the champion horses at the prices that are out there.
Well, do you think Via Sistina wins the Queen Elizabeth? Because it's pretty short as well. Or are you
Oh,
going for something else? Because one of your favourites is in this.
I've gone for something else.
And I bet you it starts with the letter C.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
You'll
wow.
be surprised. You'll be
Oh, surprise.
surprised.
What have you gone with, Tony?
I've gone for in the Queen Elizabeth. I've gone for number 1 Dubai Honor with Tommy Markwind on board at about
Mhm.
$6.
Oh, did you like the
Bucks.
did you like the British jockey come over? Is that why?
Yes, yeah. Tommy, he's not a bad jockey. You like, yeah, yes.
So that's two Dubais you
But
like, isn't it?
it is. I'm on the Dubai's this week, but and they're races that I won't be actually having a bet in. I'll
No.
tell you that now. I won't be having a bet in them. I can't pick the winners in these. This is what I like, but I I won't be having a bet.
Look,
I'll be on Hurry Curry. Don't worry about that. But
you'll be on Harry Curry and then afterwards looking for a curry as well. Look, seriously, shouldn't it just win again?
oh, should just walk in, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I thought you would have been on Seal Wolf, to be honest.
I thought about it, and I've kicked myself in the butt. Probably it'll probably get up and win, or run a good race at odds. What price is it? About 15, 20 to 1 or something, I
I'm not
suppose.
sure offhand. I didn't say that, but I know Lukey Mullins, he'll be on Tom Kitten because that's one of his favourite.
Yes,
So that's in
yes.
the race as
Well,
well.
that was one of Marto's sweethearts at one stage, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And then there's the English stayer that stayed over here that won first up, Vaughan. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm surprised it's in the Queen Elizabeth and not going to the Cup, but it's probably not ready yet. And Buckaroo. Geez, it was racing well last year. Good
There
race.
you go. I see Wolf's about 15 to 1. Tom Kitten's at 17 to 1.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's a good race. Now Marto's final.
Buckaroo's at 16.
Yeah, it's an open race. Take out the favourite. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could if you like Tom Kitten, for example. You're back at the place. It can run first, second, and third, and you're going to get better value than back in Via Sistina where it's just got to win.
Well, let's see what price is versus. Oh, 195. It won't be that.
Must have got the blows. Marto hasn't gotten on yet.
Wait till Marto dumps his big coin on. It'll be
Oh,
like
you'll have plenty.
$1.75.
Don't worry about that. Now, the Queen of the Turf is the other last, the other big race over there in at Randwick, and there's another short price one in Fangirl. I know Fangirl was scratched in one of the earlier races. Top weight here, $1.95. Tone, I know we talked about it off air, but I'm just going to leave it to you because I also like the same thing. It's number 12. Talk to us about it.
Number 12, Lazura, with Tommy Berry on board. It's around about 10 skins. I think the only worry with this, I think it's drawn badly. Is it drawn badly?
It is, but it goes back and then it can work home. So I don't think it's going to, as long as, again, Marto's not here to tell us how he predicts and anticipates the track will race. But if it's a swooper's day where they can make ground from behind, Lazura's a big chance. Absolutely. So I don't think the barrier is going to play into it. But again, $1.95 Fangirl. Wow, wait, you know?
It's short, isn't it? Yeah, it's drawn out in 13, Lazura. Yep.
So they're the main races of Randwick at Sydney Racing. Now I just want to talk about a little bit about football because there's some really big rounds over there in some big games in South Australia, and I don't want to take away too much time because we don't have too much. But does Voss keep his job after the West Coast Carlton game? Tone?
Well, I want a bloody win because, that's going to be like, there's your ticket out, I think. Carlton supporters and then the Carlton committee aren't going to like it if they get beat by West Coast, which I can't really see it. I think you'll win and win well.
I think we
But
should.
Jesus,
Now,
got to win.
what about this game? Collingwood, Sydney. Will this separate the boys from the men?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Collingwood are pretenders. The Swans play all right until it gets to the finals. I don't know. I really don't know who to tip in this one. I'd leave this one to you. What do you think?
Marto's not here, so I reckon the Pies win. Otherwise, Marto will tell us otherwise. But how about another battle of the bottom enders, as in the D's and the Bombers? Does Goodwin keep his job if the D's lose? Is the next question.
Well, he's on very thin ice, isn't he? I can't see the D's winning. And I don't think Essendon are that great, but I reckon they'll beat the D's. Don't you?
I think so. Now, we're about to go, Tone. It's going to
Yep.
wrap up quick. I want you now to give us the goodbye and thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Great week last week. Let's hope we can all throw out some winners this week and fill everybody's pockets for the gather round.
That's it.
Get your money on. Thanks, Taz. Thanks, Marto, for not being here, but you'll be back soon.
Ain't that
And thank everybody for joining us this
Give us a
evening.
like and tell us how much you miss Marto. Like this much. Thanks, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you.